Going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. A quick roundup of the game tonight. 3-0 win in the Europa League against Eintracht Frankfurt away. I think overall quite lucky to get a 3-0 win in the end. It certainly wasn't a 3-0 game if you look at it, but we'll take it. After the weekend draw against Watford, I think the win was the most important thing. The best thing about tonight really was the performance of the young players. Saka coming in, getting a goal and 2 assists, brilliant from him. Joe Willock showing great energy, getting a decent goal. Aubameyang scoring again, so it's job done. I was actually quite wondering how this game was going to go. Hardest game in the group, Frankfurt away, and what sort of team Unai Emery would pick. He picked a little mix of the young players and the experienced players. I was surprised by a few of the selections. I didn't think Aubameyang would play. I thought we'd wrap him up in cotton wool with Lacazette being injured. I was surprised David Luiz played. I thought Holding might have started. And I actually thought Martinelli might have started as well. But 3-0, what can you say? We needed that. Big confidence boost. And we move forward into the game at the weekend. So let's get into the player ratings quickly. Martinez, I thought, in goal was really good. He seems to have character about him as well, which you need with goalkeepers. You look at a lot of the best keepers. You look at Jens Lehmann when he was at Arsenal. He was a massive character. I give Martinez probably a 7 or 8. I'll give him an 8. He hasn't played much. I think to come in, keep a clean sheet was a great performance. Callum Chambers at right back. I think in the first half they targeted him quite a lot. I think he deserves a run in the team. Probably at centre back more than at right back. He gets forward a lot and tries to support. Seems to have a decent cross. I think my only worry with Chambers is slight lack of pace, and he seems to play like a natural centre back. I think he deserves a run in the Premier League at centre back, maybe instead of Socrates. I give him a 6. He was steady. Doesn't look totally comfortable at right back for me, but he was okay tonight against a lively winger. David Luiz, I give him a 6. I thought made the odd little shaky moment, but brilliant on the ball, no question about that. Hopefully he improves. He needs to build a partnership with someone. Again, I'm not sure Socrates is the ideal person for him to play next to. Maybe Chambers or Holding, but we'll see. Give him a 6 tonight. Mustafi deserves credit tonight. Defensively he wasn't amazing, didn't do anything special, and we did concede a lot of half chances really to Frankfurt. But I think he deserves a lot of credit. He gets a lot of criticism. The fans have targeted him over the last few months. He come in tonight, done his job, no nonsense. I'll give him a 7. It's not easy for a footballer to play when the fans are so against you like that, and a lot of the time it seems personal against him. Look, I don't think he's the level we require, but we haven't sold him, and we need to support the guy at the end of the day while he's still at the club. I'm not giving him a 7 because he was brilliant. I'm giving him a 7 because of the character he showed. Fair play to him. We're going to need him at times this season. We go to Kolasinac. Bit of a worrying performance for me. He just doesn't look overly comfortable at left back. I think ideally as a wing back. I think when you look at Arsenal's defence, everything about it says that we should play with 3 centre backs and wing backs, but it's just not a formation I think that they want to play, because they want to play with wide players, and wing backs kind of goes against that, and then you've sometimes a bit short in the middle of the park. But Kolasinac at left back, I thought he was quiet today. I thought his positioning wasn't great. I mean, he wasn't terrible. I'll give him a 6. He's lucky to get a 6 though. I don't think he was great. Going to the midfield, Granit Xhaka. It's an interesting one because I thought at times he did well. I thought he showed a bit of leadership today, wearing the armband, which I don't necessarily think he should be wearing the armband, but he was okay. But positionally, you still look at it and think people are walking through our midfield. So is he protecting the back four? I don't think Xhaka's a CDM, to be honest. I've always thought we're using this guy um, in the wrong role. I think he's a centre mid and he needs a defensive midfielder covering him. I'll give Xhaka. I don't know. He gave the ball away a couple of times in the first half. I give him a 6. I thought he was maybe I'll give him a 7. It was a good night for the team. I'll try and be positive. I'll give him a 7, but he can still improve positionally and be tidier on the ball. But he was okay. Hit the ball and decent leadership. Joe Willock tonight, I give him an 8. Showed great energy, and you need energy in the Premier League in midfield. This guy's quick. He wants the ball. He gets forward. I see no reason why Willock can't score 10 goals this year if he makes enough appearances. He should have scored just before. But, you shoot, you take chances, and you get these deflections and get goals like that. Fair play to Willock. I give him an 8 tonight. I think out of the young players at the moment at Arsenal, he's the one who showed the most progress in this time so far. Go to the other midfielder was Torreira. He's not fully at it at the moment. He doesn't look fully fit. The thing what worries me at the moment is the role that Unai Emery's using him in. He's using him as like a box-to-box midfielder, and he should have scored today. He made some good runs going forward, but I think defensively, we need him in that defensive midfield role, and I think he actually helps Xhaka when he plays in that role and sits and mops up in front of the back four. At the moment, he's bombing on and trying to score, and I don't think we should really use him for that role. I give him a 6. He doesn't look quite at it at the moment as he was last season, early in the season. Working hard, but just doesn't look quite the same player. I think it's fitness. Going to the front line, let's start with Saka. Great spirit from him. The lack of fear in his game in Germany against a decent team. Big atmosphere, 50 odd thousand fans there. Took his goal brilliantly. Great composure, just bent in the far corner. That's the type of goal we're expecting from Pepe at the moment. But it'll happen for Pepe. But Saka, great goal. Even the assist for Aubameyang, the way he won the ball back and passed it through to him, brilliant. Man of the match for me. I'll give him a 9. I think fully deserved. Who else? Aubameyang. Quiet night tonight. Didn't really look at it. But the thing about Aubameyang, he needs service. He's not the type of striker who just gets the ball, dribbles past 4 or 5 players and bends one in. He needs service. He got the chance and slotted it in. And for me, one of the best strikers in Europe at the moment. He scores consistently. He's quality in front of goal. His movement's brilliant. I think when you create, this guy will score. I give him a 7, not for the overall performance, but just for the fact, he scored late on in the game, and that's what top strikers do. They have quiet games and score goals, and I still give him credit for that. Playing with younger players around him, the way he celebrated when Saka scored, even when Joe Willock scored, that attitude and positive energy is vital for the club. So yeah, I give him credit. Smith Rowe worked hard, doesn't look fully fit. It was good to see him back in the side. He's a talented player. Didn't play brilliant, but he got in good positions. Had the one-on-one, probably should have scored. I give him a 6. Wasn't his best night, but he'll get better, and he wanted to be involved in the game. Pepe looked dangerous when he came on, pressed their defence, got the fullback booked. Just needs the goal. Hopefully on the weekend against Villa, he starts and gets the goal. And I think his game will flourish. Give him a 6. Who else came on? Maitland-Niles. I was surprised when he came on, I know he took Kolasinac off. I would have liked Martinelli to have come on. Not in defence, but at that stage, I think we were 2-0 up. He could have brought him on, but, standard 6. And the other substitute, Ceballos, worked hard when he came on. Wasn't on for too long. I give him a 6 as well. Overall, great performance. Well, not a great performance, but a great result. I was a little bit apprehensive about this game, and we dealt with it. I think that's the hardest game in the group. And hopefully now we can take the pressure off the next games, give more young players a chance. So overall, I give Unai Emery an 8 tonight. Got the selection right, a mix of young and old players. Not old players, but more experienced players. So fair play to him. He's been under a bit of pressure. and he got it right. But we'll have tougher nights and tougher games than this. So let's see what happens on Sunday against Aston Villa. Shame Rob Holding didn't play tonight as well, but I think he'll feature for the under-23s and maybe against Forest on Tuesday. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the performance tonight. Who was man of the match? What you want to see going into the game against Aston Villa. And look out for future videos. Bless.